Hey there folks, I'm totally not recording this off the back of stuffing it the Red Bull ring boy here, and welcome to another video in Assetto Corsa. Now I've seen a lot of things being thrown around about the F1 calendar this season. Are we going to get 2 Italian Grand Prix, for example? I mean, as of me recording this, we might. There are rumours that to round off the European season, they're looking at a combination of Mugello, Imola, Hockenheim, and potentially a double-header at Sochi. Because that's what everyone wants. A double-header at Sochi. But Mugello, that was quite an interesting one. Like, we've had so many videos before about what would happen if modern F1 cars raced at Imola. Imola's a classic track. The San Marino Grand Prix is iconic in F1 history. Mugello isn't, to the same degree. It's a Grade 1 circuit, but then so is Fiorano, and I would also find it hilarious if they went to Fiorano, because that is literally Ferrari's back door. But Mugello would be quite interesting. So that's what we're going to do in this video. We've got the Formula Hybrid 2020, we've got Mugello. Let's see if we can make some F1 history. Okay, so here we are on the grid. This will be fun. Let's see if I can do better than I did in my last video. Started 9th again, already a couple of places down the order. Into turn 1, an uphill hairpin. That's something we don't really see in F1 now. I guess Shanghai has it, but Shanghai has its own unique thing for T1. I'm going to be slow. I haven't driven an F1 car on this circuit because the closest I've gotten to is the challenge where you do the Lotus not F1 car thing. Yeah, this circuit is pretty cool. F1's never been here. In fact, not much Formula racing has been here in recent times. It's typically, as someone damages my front and rear wing, used for things like the MotoGP. And to be honest, I can kind of see why that would be the case. I mean, I'm driving slowly because I'm an incompetent boy who's also just recognised he's had his MGU basically in... Well, I've had it in balance low the whole time. But, like, I can already see, feasibly, there being the one DRS zone, for example. Which should be down here. Please don't be last. Please don't be last. Not last! Oh. Just send it around the outside, casually, in an uphill hairpin, why don't you? Still not last, because last is right behind me, so I've got to step up my game a bit. I mean, Mugello's a fun circuit. Do I see it being a lot like something like Zandvoort? You know, like... This is all nice and fun to drive. And you've got some bank corners here and there too, to spice things up. But, I mean, I guess this could double up as a DRS zone. But it doesn't really have much in the way of long straights. I guess it's a nice close venue, as I've fallen to last. F1 to go to. Let's turn it up into hot lap mode. Let's see what I can do. Hopefully not spin. I guess this could be a double DRS, and like this could be the first bit, and then you have a little second bit after this. I get F1 wants like closed circuit areas, which I guess would be the appeal of Mugello. Also the fact, very limited open wheel racing history. And no F1 history I can gather. .122 I've set. Of course that's a few seconds off the pace, to put it lightly. But I mean, ACI have said that they've expressed an interest in hosting a second Italian Grand Prix, with it being Imola, Mugello, or maybe a second Monza. But I think they want to do a second different circuit, which makes perfect sense. I've got to say though, and I'm going to be doing a video properly about the F1 calendar, I'm glad we've got both a British Grand Prix and an Italian Grand Prix on there. I mean, the viability of them is up for debate. But a British Grand Prix is pretty much part of an F1 calendar. Like, there's always been one. Same goes to the Italian Grand Prix, and more or less, also, for Monza itself, I think it's only hosted... It's only got 1 year where it hasn't hosted an F1 race. Or something like that. I do like the idea of the FIA, F1 Liberty, all that lot, exploring different venues. And if they need somewhere that's nice and closed off, they've got a few options. Everyone's talking about Imola. Very few talk about the prospects of Mugello. Yeah, here we are then. I was last this time. What was the fastest time that an AI set? A 1:18. So yeah, it feels very much like a kind of replacement for Zandvoort. It's pretty cool. I like it. Not sure if it's going to produce great racing, but it's certainly a fun spectacle, and it's a circuit where not many of the grid will have raced. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Would you like to see a second Italian Grand Prix? And if so, where? Would you want it to be Monza? Would you want it to be Mugello? Would you like it to be Imola? Or would you even like something curveball like Fiorano? Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you again soon. Goodbye for now.